Episode 12 is here, and this week we're kicking off with some in-game footage of what is arguably the iPhone's most hotly anticipated title, Metal Gear Solid Touch. After you recover from that, there's news of the intriguing shooter-stroke-spray-em-up graffiti title, Underground, and we'll be taking a look at Gamelofts Lets Golf. We also get some hands-on review time with Zen Bound, KamiCrazy and Shooter, the official movie game. So hold your breath for another laser-guided blast of iPhone gaming joy. Konami has finally coughed up some juicy Metal Gear Solid Touch footage along with a whole barrage of new screens. Though the animation on Snake looks pretty basic, the enemies are impressively close to their PS3 counterparts and the shooting gallery gameplay looks to be high on spectacle if nothing else. More intriguing is the blink and you'll miss it footage of what looks like a hand-to-hand combat minigame. The most striking element of all, however, has to be the lavish production values that have been spent on the launch trailer, which can be found on the equally shiny new website which exhaustively details every element of the game. All except the launch date, that is, which we are still eagerly anticipating. Next time Metal Gear Solid Touch makes it onto the podcast, hopefully it will be in review form. Watch this space. Moving on to something with a lower profile, the decidedly seedy-looking Underground is nearing release, and fresh footage seems to suggest that at the very least it's going to be stylish. Seeing as it's supposedly a cross between a graffiti game and a side-scrolling shooter, it has a good chance of being pretty original too, and with online leaderboards promised, hopefully it will have that all-important competitive edge. More on this as soon as we have it. There are loads of golf-related applications already available on the App Store, but few real games, and so far most seem to be par for the course as opposed to sporting an impressive handicap. Gamelofts Lets Golf is coming out swinging, with everything to play for, and though there is no sign of any gameplay footage yet, the very capable Gameloft will surely deliver a hole-in-one. Okay, no more golf puns, promise, until the review that is, which should be coming very soon.
KamiCrazy throws an entire battalion of burdens upon you all at once. Using the touchscreen, you have to prod and poke a group of KamiCrazy soldiers towards their goal, moving parts of the landscape and giving them a push in the right direction to ensure that as many soldiers as possible make it to the exit. The soldiers run in the first direction they happen upon, however, meaning that if you don't steer them, they merrily charge off cliffs to their deaths. Of course, cliff edges are not the only obstacles you will need to contend with, and there are fans and springs that launch your ninja troops into oblivion too. Each jungle-themed level comes with a set number of soldiers that you need to rescue, and as the levels get more hectic, success often relies on sacrificing a few in order to save the many. There are plenty of snappy levels that will keep you tied up for hours, but KamiCrazy isn't necessarily the kind of game that will keep you interested for months on end. It's no classic, but KamiCrazy does have instant appeal, bags of value, and enough fun to make it more than worthwhile.
Shooter, the official movie game, follows the plot of the big screen blockbuster, where you fill the boots of ace sniper Bob Lee Swagger for some trigger-happy mayhem. The gameplay consists of shooting gallery gunplay, sniping enemies from a stationary position while occasionally introducing a broader arsenal for less measured attacks. Tilting your handset positions the aiming reticule, while tapping a button in the lower right corner fires a shot. When sniping, you can have Swagger hold his breath for a steadier aim by hitting another button in the lower left-hand corner. It's all about precision, and zeroing in on enemies is made difficult by reining in Swagger's natural sway and adjusting for environmental factors like wind. The difficulty curve is steep, and as the game marches on, enemies evade your fire more successfully and vantage points get less convenient. Dealing with these factors wouldn't be a problem if it weren't for the unnecessary time limits, which layer extra pressure where there's already sufficient challenge. Shooter looks decent rather than impressive, and often appears more like a widescreen mobile game than a sophisticated iPhone effort, which is confounded by the shoddy voice acting. Fortunately, the deftly implemented puzzle stages provide a reprieve, both from the stressful shooting sections and the lackluster presentation. Shooter offers plenty of satisfying action then, and despite its many shortcomings, it's still good fun and certainly doesn't backfire.
Zen Bound presents you with a series of carved wooden ornaments which need to be painted using a taut line of rope. Winding the rope around the ornaments lays down the paint. The goal is to cover the entire surface area of the ornament with paint by cleverly wrapping it with rope. The rope is attached by a nail pulled tight by an imaginary source somewhere off screen. Tilting the handset changes the direction the rope is pulled, allowing you to coil it carefully around the intricate shapes. By touching the object, you can also rotate it, using 2 fingers to twist it into position. Each level has a limited amount of rope, so it takes a steady hand to get inside every corner and around every contour before tying the rope's end onto a second nail. Pink blossoms bloom with each successfully painted ornament, the petals gleaming in the light of paper lanterns that sway according to the movement of your handset, while ethereal tones encourage the contemplation. The emphasis is on the joy of the interaction rather than challenge, but whether you treat it as a game or a clever application, Zen Bound's enchanting spirit remains the same.
Thanks for watching the Pocket Gamer iPhone Gaming Podcast. If you're looking for more iPhone gaming news, reviews and features, you can download the Pocket Gamer iPhone application from the App Store. Or just point your Safari browser at www.pocketgamer.co.uk/iPhone. Better still, why not subscribe to this very podcast, which can be found under Games and Hobbies in the podcast section of iTunes. That's it for now, so until next time, happy Pocket Gaming.